Which is good news for him. He was on a jog, saw him, felt sorry for him, threw some money in there. But you're actually having a pretty good time. We're talking to Randy Peterson. You're having a pretty good time going across the country and looking for work in radio.
That's right. I've been almost anywhere you can think of across the country right now, and I've seen some towns that are just incredible. Towns I was praying that I would get a job in just so I could live there.
You started in Sacramento. That's where you actually had a job in radio, and then you went to college and graduated, and now you're back out on the market again looking for work. So you started in Sacramento and headed east.
Yeah, headed east from towns as small as Ely, Nevada, to towns as large as New York City.
So you're going to be on the road until you find a job, you think?
Well, hopefully, I'm out of funds and I'm living off the fat of the land right now, and
we should tell people that's really why he's on street corners now. He kind of stops and raises a little money to keep the tour going. He's been going since he graduated from college.
It wasn't every day that the roses bloomed everywhere I looked. It didn't take very long for me to realize that most of the great sunsets and cityscapes almost all had something missing. It meant little to nothing to see some of the places I had longed to see when I had nobody to share them with. You learn real quickly that the things you do and visit are only as meaningful as the company you bring along. I also found that networking for a job in radio or TV isn't as easy as just dropping by the station with a demo reel and a resume in hand. In fact, that didn't work more often than not. The Recession was not kind at all to the broadcasting industry, which is the only one I knew how to work in. It takes a lot more than guts on the road to find a home these days. This journey became a lot harder than I gave it credit for.
And I got a little money and I got a little time. I got myself a pickup truck that I can call mine. I got myself a guitar and I got myself some friends. Some folks say I'm lucky, but I think it all depends on the lens that you are looking through and the music that you hear. 'Cause sometimes you don't recognize your own face in the mirror. And I can't help but think about what I've done wrong to deserve this roaming, this traveling song.
This is day 40 of your cross-country journey. You say you're going to continue to go for like another 20 days?
30 probably. I mean, if I'm going to hit all the stops along the way back going west, yeah.
Wow. And how much money have you been spending on this cross-country journey?
Well, I saved up about $3,000, but obviously I'm not going to cut it anymore. So I've been doing a little bit of panhandling across the country. I have a little guitar and a little sign that says "Cash for Cash." I play Johnny Cash's music, so.
That's cool. You take requests.
Do I?
Nice. So what are the headlines of your trip? I mean, what have you seen across this country in the past 40 days?
As far as cool things, I've seen Sun Record Studios where Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley, and all the great legendary Sun Records guys recorded. The birthplace of rock and roll. I saw the birthplace of the blues where Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil in Clarksdale, Mississippi.
I mean, in terms of the economy, what people said to you.
Excuse me.
I like your tourist take on it as well, but it's hard out there for everybody.
Yeah, and I didn't know how hard until I had to go out and do it, but I just can't give up, I paid the dues. In college, I did 4.5 years of broadcasting and radio, and I can't just stop.
While discovering firsthand the hardships of job hunting in person, I found monuments and museums recognizing the struggles, the defeats, and victories of the United States of America that ultimately made it what it is today. Whether it be monuments depicting religious freedom, scientific discoveries, fallen war heroes, or music history museums projecting the sound of endurance of a common man, the United States has much more depth than you might think by watching the cinema or television. Every town I visited, I began to fall in love with America, a love that grew deeper one city at a time. I have never been an exceptional patriotic type person, and now I realize that I have taken my country for granted. I came on this trip to finally explore my freedom, but what I found is that I never really knew what freedom was to begin with. This kind of lesson has been more valuable to me than anything I could have learned in my college textbook.
Nighttime through this desert